So today on the channel we're going to be taking a look at iOS 14.3 as well as iPadOS 14.3. I combined these videos together because, well, they are basically still the same releases. There might be a change here or there for the iPad, but we'll talk about the iPad here once we get done talking about the iOS on the iPhone. So iOS 14.3 brings several new features and it also addresses some pretty major bugs that have been plaguing some users. Okay, so first off here we have Apple Fitness Plus. So Apple Fitness Plus can be found by heading over to your Activity application. And down here at the bottom there's a new tab that says Fitness Plus. So you tap on that and it's going to load up a section here that shows you Fitness Plus, and you can see all the workouts, all the new ones this week, beginner workouts, categories, all the trainers. So you can see all that information here. And then you can also, of course, subscribe to Apple Fitness Plus. And it is important to note that if you buy a new Apple Watch like I did, you get 3 months of Apple Fitness Plus for free. So that's pretty nice. And then after that, it is $9.99 a month unless you bundle it in an Apple One subscription plan. So you have to have at least an Apple Watch Series 3 or later in order to use this. Of course, watchOS 7. And it uses your Apple Watch to keep track of your workout. And you can watch the Apple Fitness videos either on your iPhone, your iPad, or your Apple TV. And currently this is available in Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and the United States. And I'm sure in the future they're going to keep adding more and more countries as it becomes available. But yeah, Apple Fitness Plus is now out, so you can subscribe or you can try it for free if you would like to. I think this is probably one of Apple's most important subscription products that they have currently. It can compete with Peloton or somebody else. I just think this is a pretty important one, and I think it's one that people might actually want to use. So we'll see how it does over the years, but yeah, Apple Fitness Plus now available. Next thing here is we now have AirPods Max support. So AirPods Max were announced about a week ago and they're going to be available next week, about the middle of the week sometime. So now, of course, you need support for all your devices. So that has been added here in iOS. So now you're going to be able to use all the great features of AirPods Max, like the spatial audio, transparency mode, noise cancellation, all that good stuff on your new iPhone or old iPhone, whatever you have. Next up is the Apple ProRaw. So that was announced with the new iPhones, and basically you're going to be capturing raw photos now if you have an iPhone 12 or 12 Pro Max. And these, of course, will now be able to be edited in the Photos app, and that's regardless of what device you have. So if you have an older device and you get sent a ProRAW photo, you will be able to edit it in the Photos app as long as you're on iOS 14, of course. Next thing is the camera. So there's a new option here for recording video, and this goes for all iPhones, even my iPhone 10 right here. So all you gotta do is head over to your camera settings, and then on the record video, you simply tap on that. And you may notice that it's not available here. And that is because you actually have to select this new option which says Show PAL Formats. So PAL is a video format that they use in Europe, Africa, Asia, and South America. So if you toggle this on, you now see the 25 frames per second options here. So you can do it 1080p or you can do it 4K. So those are the two new options there. You can record your video at 25 frames per second. And also, I don't remember being able to record 4K at 24 frames, so that may or may not be a new feature, or maybe I just never noticed it, but I feel like that's new because it says film style right there. So yeah, and some new camera recording options for you here in your camera settings. Another new camera option here is the ability to mirror front-facing photos. So this is available on iPhone 6s all the way up to the iPhone 10, and you can go ahead and just toggle that. And now if you take a front-facing selfie, basically what it's going to do is not actually mirror the photo. So you take a picture, it looks totally fine on the viewfinder, but once the picture is done, it just looks it's flipped. So that can now be prevented here in iOS 14. So that's a pretty nice feature here. So another nice thing here is if we head on over to the App Store, we can now see app privacy labels. So apps are now going to be required to display on their app page what information may be gathered about you and all the privacy related practices that they do. So to show you this as an example, what's a good app that cares about your privacy? Let me think about this. Oh, okay, hold on. This is a good one. Facebook, they care about your privacy. So if you go to Facebook and you scroll down, you can see right here. So app privacy section, and you can hit see details. So if you go into the more details, you can see everything Facebook does to you privacy related. And this is pretty bad. I mean, this is literally everything, I think. So that's why I'm showing this to you, just to give you an idea of the things that could pop up on this section. So data used to track you, they can get all your contact info, identifiers, other data. For advertising, all your contact info, everything. Same with analytics, product personalization, same with all that. And it actually tells you what they might collect. So for example, your physical address, your email, your name, your phone number, app functionality, other purposes, and then here's the big one as well, data linked to you. So third-party advertising. We know Facebook's pretty bad about this. Your purchase history, your financial info, your location, your contacts, your user content. So all your photos, videos, gameplay, everything you put on Facebook, your search history, your browsing history, your usage data, your diagnostic data. This is so bad. But yeah, you get an idea. Even analytics. So your health analytics, this is crazy actually looking at this. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. But yeah, look, sensitive info. Okay, but you get the point about privacy related thing. This is really long. Okay, Facebook is definitely on the naughty list for privacy, but that gives you a good idea of how the new privacy reports work here on app pages. So that's a new feature here in the App Store. Speaking of apps, you can now use app clips. So those things where you basically download a tiny portion of an app to get the job done. So if you want to rent like one of those little scooters or something, instead of downloading the app, you can just scan a QR code, it downloads a little app clip, and you can do it instead of downloading the app, like pay for your product or whatever. So I'm not sure how many people have actually implemented those yet, but I'm sure they'll get more popular as time goes on. If you head over to your TV app, you can now find a new Apple TV Plus original section down here, and this basically allows you to access Apple TV content much easier and be able to find it. So that's a new section here in the Apple TV app. And also they've updated the search functionality. So you now have different categories here. So for example, if we wanted to go into action, we could tap on that and it'll show us all the movies and shows on Apple TV with the action category. And if we use the new search function, it'll do automatic suggestions as you type. So if I want to look up that Tom Hanks movie Greyhound, which is actually pretty good, you just type in Greyhound, you can see it's popping up as I type, and then it shows you the movie top results and all that thing. So that's the new search features in Apple TV and the new section right there. So much easier to access things there now. I mentioned this in my watchOS 7.2 video, but you can now access your cardio fitness data in the Health app, and you can also find some more information about your ECGs that you can take. So if you want to learn more about that, you can check out my watchOS 7.2 video. The Weather app features some more air quality information, so it'll actually tell you what to do if the air quality is unsafe, and there are some more locations that now read air quality. And then Safari now has the Ecosia, I guess that's how you say it, search engine. So it's basically a search engine that plants trees. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, new search engine option for you here in Safari. And the rest of the things here are bug fixes and security updates. So there were some problems with some multimedia messages not being received, so that should be fixed, and also some message notifications not being received. Those are some pretty important bugs that have now been fixed. Also, your contact groups may have failed to display members when you were composing messages. Some videos would not appear correctly if they were shared from the Photos app. Some app folders, so folders on your home screen if you have any, may not even open. that should be fixed. Opening apps from Spotlight also was having problems, so that should be resolved too. Bluetooth may not even appear in your settings, so another big one there, but that should be fixed. There was also some Bluetooth problems on macOS that have been resolved now as well. Some devices were not wirelessly charging, so that should be good to go. Your MagSafe Duo charger, if you bought that $129 thing, could wirelessly charge your iPhone at less than what it was supposed to. Wireless accessories using the WAC protocol could fail to complete their setup, so that should be fixed. And finally, the keyboard would dismiss when you were adding a list and reminders while you were using VoiceOver. So some pretty major bug fixes that now have been apparently resolved, so that's good to see. Now I just took a look at the release notes for iPad OS, and they're literally the same. So I'm not even going to go over iPad OS. You get all the great features that you now have here in iOS 14.3, so no need to talk about it. But anyways, guys, that's everything new here. Quite the update here for iOS and iPadOS this time around. Let me know what your favorite new feature is here in this new update. Thank you guys all for watching the videos as always, and I'll catch you all in the next video.